Yo, testing that shit. What is good, bitches? So I seen this video pop up on my recommended. I figured this could be something a little bit different to react to, other than people getting shot by police cams and shit. Um, okay, so here we. All right, fuck it. So these are three people apparently who are just talking about like how they're gonna die, like, and I don't think it's just three regular people. I think they're like close to dying.
Are you scared of dying?
I'm not scared about dying. I'm scared about
Three dying people, yeah.
leaving my family.
This might be a
The
little
idea
bit
of
negative.
not being there for my son when he needs me, or being there for my wife, that's what scares me.
We'll be sure to pick the vibes back up in the next episode or
I'm
something.
Brian Hill.
My name is Layla.
JJ Singleton.
JJ, how old are you?
I'm 34.
Do you know why you're here today, what we're talking about?
We're going to talk about death and having a chronic condition that limits my life.
Just kind of out of nowhere, my kidneys failed and ended up in the hospital with end-stage renal disease.
6 years ago, I was diagnosed with a colon cancer, and a year later, it came back and spread throughout my body, and they told me it was a terminal diagnosis and incurable.
Are you dying?
Damn.
Yes.
I would say yes.
So Parkinson's, it doesn't kill you, but the symptoms of it can lead to earlier death.
When did you first find out?
I was at 27 years old. I was going to college and started losing my vision, going blind.
Going to
And
college
that's when
at
I ended up in the
27?
hospital. And by that point, I had about 5% function left in my kidneys. And then was really, really lucky and had a transplant. And was doing really well. And then, unfortunately, started rejecting.
I continue to fight, get chemo treatments,
But why get the chemo treatment?
because I'm not ready to die yet. There's a lot left to do, and a lot of people I believe I can help.
They need to invent
When you
those
first
damn
found out
cancer
that you had
pills that cure
Parkinson's,
you.
How did it feel in that moment?
It's like the fact that to cure cancer is literally a pill that they're just making. It's like it's nothing that complicated. It's literally a pill.
Question. I think leading up to my
I
diagnosis,
think what's scary about this shit is that like anyone can get it. Like it's just like these diseases that come out of nowhere, and then it's like boom, you have it, and now you're like your death is inevitable.
I knew I had Parkinson's. My mom had it, and the moment I was
The
diagnosed,
thing is though, I like he's saying, like if your family has some shit, that's when I would be more scared. Like if your parents have some shit, then you would want to like, get tested for shit and
it was almost a relief. As weird as that sounds, knowing what's going on with your body is better than not knowing.
I was losing an extreme amount of weight. I couldn't use the bathroom. And then at the end, my skin was turning gray is when my mom made me go to the doctor.
When you found out, were you angry?
It's like a sense of desperation, or it was kind of just like a freeze. It was that disassociation of like, how could this be happening to me? I'm young, I'm supposed to have my whole life ahead of me. And, if I didn't go into the hospital, I think when I did, I may have not lasted more than like another week.
There are times where,
it's gotta be so weird thinking you're gonna live your whole life,
I'm very angry.
and then it's like you're probably
And
gonna die
that
by
anger
30.
it's terrifying.
You're like
It's so terrifying, I push it away.
Is that good to push it away?
No, it's not. And as you can see, as we're talking, I'm becoming more dyskinetic because that stress from the anger is coming up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good.
Do you feel like you're dying?
Some days I really do. Like some days my body feels like it's just rejecting and falling apart. That's the days where I really feel like it's still controlling my life and don't have that much time left.
My body is working really, really hard just to keep up with the normalcy of what life is.
What does it feel like?
Closest way I can describe it as the worst your body's ever felt after like a physical activity, mix it with having the worst flu you've ever had, and that's just the very tip of the iceberg.
Dude, it feels like shit. So, like if you work out real hard and the next day you wake up and you're achy, it's like that times almost 100.
Over the last
bro,
7
I
years,
feel it. Like The way he's like struggling to like, and he's moving and he's trying so hard to get these words out. Like I can feel it. Like I don't know. I feel like I've been that sick before.
100.
Over the last 7 years, I've had many, many bouts of wanting to give up. At one point, I was very close to calling it quits and just committing suicide. And luckily, had some very good friends that helped me see that I do have a purpose. But even still, with family and friends helping me, there's days where it's like, don't know if this life is worth it sometimes.
Do you feel like you live your life differently now?
Yes. I do not take things for granted. I try to live in the moment.
I try to look at it as a blessing and knowing that I was given a lens to look in through different than most.
I don't take the little things for granted, like such as getting up to pick up my son. Those moments when I'm able to do that, I appreciate them so much more.
Has it affected your sex life?
When I was on dialysis, it did, because your kidneys are kind of part of your sexual chi. I'd say now
What?
it hasn't at all. And I tell them, that I'm immunosuppressed and that, we just need to be really careful. I make sure that they get tested.
How has cancer affected your sex life?
Very, very much so. Like, it is virtually non-existent. So
Really?
there's stages where it's just like, it don't enter my mind at all for weeks.
It takes a little bit more thought process, like, hey, we're gonna do it in an hour, take your medication.
Which makes it so romantic.
Oh yeah, like, hey baby, I just took my pill. Half hour, it's go time.
Are you scared?
Half hour.
Not anymore. I was when I was diagnosed, but I've came to terms with it. Whenever it happens, it's gonna happen.
Are you scared of dying?
I'm not scared about dying. I'm scared about leaving my family. The idea of not being there for my son when he needs me or being there for my wife, that's what scares me.
Suffering, no one wants to suffer.
Have you done everything that you wanted to do?
No. Like, I'm not afraid to die, but I still want to travel. I want to impact more people.
I was gonna say, he
in
seems
the
pretty,
cancer
like,
community with my
calm,
story.
like, obviously
I
he's
wanna
not happy
help
about it or
better
nothing,
people's
but
lives, really.
No, I haven't done everything.
he
I
seems
wanted
to be holding his composure.
I want to raise my son. I want to watch him grow up. I want to be there for my wife. And to know that there may come a time where I can't show up for my family. Those are the moments where I think I worry about dying early.
What do you think it will feel like?
I hope it's painless. I hope it's, kind of slipping into the void.
It's going to feel like an escape.
Is that a good feeling?
I think it will be.
The way this condition works, I mean, eventually I will lose control
All
of my
right,
body,
man.
and I will be
Rock
a
on.
prisoner in my body. So I think that time when I do die, I will feel like I'm being set free from a body that had failed me.
When you pass, what are the plans?
No. I like the idea of doing like a end of life party. And I've told, I've always been very open about what my wishes are when I die. I want to be cremated and made into a tree.
Have you made plans?
They will definitely involve being cremated and some kind of big, dramatic, goofy gesture.
Who's not?
I don't know. Like, does anybody else get the feeling that like when you get cremated, it's like even if you're dead or whatever, like I'm sitting here like thinking about if I was cremated, that means they're gonna take my body, my actual body that you see right now, and they're gonna throw it in some fire, and I'm gonna burn. Like my skin's just gonna burn into ashes. That's how you're gonna do me, dog. It's like for real, like for real. That's
Invited.
If you
I
have
don't
an
know.
opinion of me where I've made an impact in your life, good or bad,
same
you're more
thing.
than-
Like I don't think anybody does this. I don't even know if it's like legal or some shit, but it's like I feel like I could see how someone would be like, yeah, like I want my body to be thrown into the ocean. I don't know, but I would be there like, damn, like my body's just gonna be like tossed in, and then I'm like slowly gonna fill with water and sink. Like, I don't know.
Then welcome, because
Shit's kind of weird to me.
by that point, I'm not gonna hold anything against you.
What asshole's gonna be
Honestly,
happy
just
dead?
set me
I
up in
don't
my
think
bed and I'll sit there
anyone.
forever.
And I don't know if that's me being just like hopefully not full of myself.
Oh man, who's gonna be happy I'm dead? I mean, probably someone who's just looking to take my spot and be with my wife.
Do you think about that?
Not until now.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't have people that would just be like, I hate him. I'm glad he's dead. But if there is out there, at least I'll make his day.
What's one thing you're gonna miss?
God.
You know,
Holy
just
shit.
sensation, right? We get to eat and feel and hug and have these emotions that are so moving, and you know that's all going to be gone when you're no longer here.
People, just the experiences that you have with different people, that's one of the best feelings that you could ever have. Just randomly somebody comes into your life, changes it, and makes you truly feel like you're special and they're special.
What are you gonna miss the most when you're gone?
I'm gonna miss sex, that's for damn sure. No, in seriousness, I'm gonna miss living. I think it's something that we take for granted. And with Parkinson's, little aspects of living are taken away from me as the disease progresses. So I think in a way, this sounds horrible, but in a way I'm kind of dying slowly. I've never put it in that language, but when I do, it sounds awful.
I
Everyone's
started
dying
with,
slowly,
"Are you
right?"
dying?" And you said no,
Yeah.
but then you said,
I don't know if I'm not dying, I'm just losing my ability to live.
Uh,
Yeah, take advantage of it.
all right.
Life isn't guaranteed to any of us. Yeah.
The only thing for sure,
Thanks for giving me that perspective.
the only thing for certain is that we're
Appreciate
all
that.
gonna die one day. Think about that. Think about that. The way they are all scared of leaving their families is heartbreaking. I wish them and their family well. I once heard this and it made me feel so much better about dying. You were somewhere before you were born and you were content. You're going to go to the same place when you die, and you will be content. It doesn't imply heaven or afterlife or oblivion, but just peace like in the before. I love it. Not me, dog. Like, it's like when I think about before I was born, it was like, damn, like I was literally a fucking nothing. like motherfucker, I was literally nothing, dog. I was literally nothing. Like I wasn't nowhere, dog. It was black darkness. My fucking nothing existed, dog. Nothing existed. And then you got to realize you're going to die one day, and then it's going to go back to feeling like nothing exists. Like you're not going to be able to think about that cuz you're not going to exist. Okay, famous quote, I'm not dying, I'm losing my ability to live. No, you dying, dog. We all dying, for sure. Alright, well,